Doominator 407. I love the game, but would love a new setting. I'd love it to be set in Embergard. Being like Mordeheim with a simple rule set. Right. I agree that a new setting would be pretty cool. I think a ruined city would be kind of fantastic to play in and around. I think the kinds of terrain that they could do with that. Now, you do need verticality in Warcry. It's super important. So, but in a ruined city, I think the kinds of terrain that they could put together would be kind of fantastic. So I'd be very happy for them to do, like, even if it's not a Warcry 3, for them to do a season 2 of Warcry 2 and set it in Embergard. And they say, all right, this is where we are now. This is what we're doing. Here's a terrain set. Here's some more bands. Let's go. As for Mordeheim, okay, I used to play Mordeheim, right? And this is, how many years ago would this be? Wow, 15 years ago, I want to say. And Mordeheim was dead 15 years ago, right? So like it went out of production years and years and years ago. I played it. I am not a fan of the Mordeheim game system. I think it's old, I think it's clunky, and I think it very much shows its age. I've looked into this, and everyone who plays Mordeheim now plays a very house-ruled version of the game. So it's basically not the same game as it was. What was good about Mordheim, and which, oh my gosh, what is good about Mordheim, which is something that I definitely think they could bring into a new game that they make, be it Warcry, be it whatever, was how you themed your war bands. And your guys are basically your guys. That's one of the big problems I have with Kill Team, by the way, is that your guys are not your guys. It's just, here's the Kill Team, this is what it is. There's very little opportunity to be able to make them unique and make them your own, but that's what Mordheim was really, really good at doing. A bit of that kind of survived in Necromunda. Well, a lot of it survived in Necromunda because Necromunda's basically what Mordheim was, but it's had several rules updates and or whatever, where you can make your own team and here's all your guys, and as you progress, you get more stuff. So I think to bring that into Warcry, I mean, the systems are very different, right? One is designed from the ground up that your guys are your guys, and you choose everything from the weapons they have to the gear they have, the armor, the ammo types, the skills that they have, everything. Where every guy is individualistic, and Warcry, like the basic rules, just kind of don't do that. A really good narrative. I mean, like, I've heard people complain about Warcry narrative that it's very good, but it doesn't, like, you can't go on and on and on with it because eventually the fighters that you create by the weapons and the upgrade systems kind of break all semblance of balance. And you heavily need to house rule it anyway to make sure that that doesn't happen. So I think an update to the narrative rules, the Warcry narrative rules, I think could be really good. That'd be nice. Maybe something where you choose, like, the Warcry rules system is great. So maybe, like, let's say off the top of my head, if I was to homebrew a Warcry narrative rule set, like, I would say, okay, here are your base profiles for your warband, and then here are a bunch of weapon profiles that you can give to your base profiles, and they're going to cost you an amount of points, and that's how we're going to be making our fighters. And then as they progress, they basically start with no abilities, and then you can have a big old ability table, and then you roll on the ability table or you get it or whatever, and then that will give abilities to your fighters. So it's kind of one part Necromunda, one part Warcry in the way it plays, and I think that would give you the opportunity to have a much more in-depth narrative portion of it.